Welcome to the channel, everybody. So it's that time again, Sunday night, going live. Let's see here. Just want to make sure we got everything set up. Everything's looking good. Looks like we are live, and that is wonderful. So just one last thing I gotta get set up here. Apologize 1 second. Okay, so we are live, guys. Been an interesting week, I'll be honest with you guys. Hey Floridian, nice to see you back, man. I appreciate you stopping in. So it's, got quite a bit of content out this week. We had one day that I did have to miss getting one of the levels out. I do appreciate you guys understanding. Hey man, appreciate you stopping in. I really do. Appreciate you being in the audience too. So totally great to see you. So like I said, we only missed one day of getting content out this week, but we had several videos out. Had a pretty good crystal opening last week, but to be honest with you, I am 1,000 times more excited for the one that's going to come out tomorrow. Just a little preview here, guys. We are almost there. 10 featured 6 stars. I told you guys, I'm hunting Wolverine. I want him. I want him so bad. It's time that we get him into the collection. My favorite all-time champion by far. Looks like I got 4-hour crystal claim there. But I will definitely have at least 10. There's a couple things I've got in the works at the moment that may get us up to even as many as 11 featured 6 stars for that crystal opening. And of course, I've got a few more extra shards coming in right there. So really happy about that. Really excited to see where that goes. Make sure you guys check that one out when it comes out tomorrow. I am just, I'm doing everything I can to hold back on this one because I want him so bad, but at the same time, I want to make sure that I got as many shots at him as possible. So I thought I'd do something a little different tonight. We've done Battlegrounds a few times. Obviously, we can't do that tonight because we don't have Battlegrounds going on. Obviously, I do Arena most nights, but I was looking and I've been missing out on the monthly event quest because I've been doing so much trying to push towards, a few months ago it was getting the Thronebreaker title. This month it's been trying to get closer to that Paragon title. Been doing a lot on that. Gonna admit that, to be honest with you, the next episode that's going to be coming, not the next episode that comes out, but the one that I'm currently working on, which is to get Act 7, Chapter 2, Quest 6 out of the way. Getting that Gwyn Master fight. Most of the time, guys, I go in cold on all of these. You guys have seen it. I struggle at everything else. I've been trying to figure out the path that's going to work for me on this one. Got a pretty good, decent amount of progress on it today. Got to adjust the team a little bit. But I definitely want to bring that one to you guys. But it's one of those things. It's something that I've suggested, especially when I was talking about the Grandmaster fight. And this one has been referred to me as not as difficult, but definitely in the realm of. So I want to make sure that we're being smart about it when we do it. Hey, Zach, how's it going, man? Appreciate you stopping in. So this one I'm not going into cold. I will say that. I've given it a couple tries already, and I'm working out the kinks to figure out exactly how to go in on that one a little better. So we'll see a little bit better gameplay on that one. But because of that, like I said, I haven't worked on any of the side quests hardly in months. Or not side quest, monthly quest. I've been doing a bit on the side quests. Still got quite a bit to do on this month's. Obviously, we still got a whole another week before the last one comes out. One of the things that I've been had talked about for quite some time is everybody's always telling me, well, you should try this champion out and you should try that champion out. And I know we've all heard it 1,000 times. Hey, I know you really like these guys, but out of this roster of 260 some champions that we have in the game, you should try. You should find the time to not only have the resources to level up, but also the time to try out this champion that you haven't figured out how to use yet. And there's all those ones that are god tier champions that if you know how to use them, they're great. But if you don't know how to use them, you don't know why everybody else is so hyped on it. So I have a very extensive 6-star roster. I know I've shown it on the channel a few times, but it's definitely grown quite a bit. You guys have seen the openings. We'll include the 7 stars here. But it gives us quite a bit to work with. So what I was thinking is tonight we would go into Uncollected. Great thing about it is right now level up is on. So I have the resources for any of these that aren't at least rank 2 to bring them up. And if we would need to maybe bring up to rank 3, I could probably do that as well. Going to rank 4, I actually just added my 5th rank 4 today. Probably not everybody else's first choice, but definitely somebody that I'm seeing a lot of fanfare for. Okay? Looks like we're having an issue there for a moment. But the catch to the fact that we're going to do the uncollected difficulty is this. I'm going to let you guys choose the team for each path that we do. Every single path that we do, you guys can change out the entire team. I've already been spending some time today working with a team that I don't normally work with. You can see here, no flops in champions by any means, but these are some of the champions that are considered top tier that I don't work with all the time. My main team is Hercules, Tigra, Hulk, Nick Fury, and it kind of rotates on if it's Apocalypse or Archangel or Iceman or Magneto. But tonight, you guys pick it. What 5 champions do I run the first path of Uncollected with? Something different. Like I said, quite a bit to work with here. You guys can tell me who I need to learn how to use. So, Black Cat. I will throw Black Cat in. Any other requests for the team? So, if there's somebody that you like, somebody that you haven't used before, somebody that you want to understand why they're supposedly a better champion, or somebody that you guys want to tell me where I'm screwing up with. Because there's going to be some of those. Because I definitely do not know every one of the champions that I even have, let alone every champion in the game. So, we've got quite a bit to work with here. Some of the ones that I know not everybody has had a chance to work with themselves. I have Wolverine X. Okay. Weapon X or X23? Let's see. Weapon X. Why don't we do this a little differently? Kind of give you guys something a little. let's go by class. So, anybody in the science champions that we see that anybody thinks they want to see? Give you guys a few moments to look and see. And we'll revisit these guys with each path. I'm going to try and go a little while tonight, so this will give us quite a bit of opportunity to go over any of these different champions, talk about them together. Let's see. Anybody in the skill class? If I don't see anybody call out anybody, we'll go ahead and try Mood Dragon. But if anybody calls out Anti-Venom, okay. We'll bring Anti-Venom in over Mood Dragon. Now let's go over here to the mutant class. I got quite a few mutants at this point. I realized the other day that I have almost every mutant. Oh, I forgot to get rid of that. Let's do that. Sorry, guys. No, Zach, you're fine. Trust me. Everybody will get a chance. That's why I said I've got plenty of energy refills. We're just going to run path after path for at least an hour, probably two tonight, and give everybody a chance that jumps in at different points in the stream. So, if you want to pick the entire first team, go ahead, man. Anybody else that says anything, they're open to do so. So, P90X Storm. Gotcha. And we'll revisit tech here one more time in a minute. We'll go ahead and scroll through Mystic real quick. Give you a chance to see if there's anybody in there. And don't worry, Zach. At some point, Wasi will probably stop in. You'll you'll know who it is when he stops in, and he'll definitely have a few things to say. I think on this idea. Flames, you're more than welcome to throw in any kind of input. Anybody in the chat, go ahead, throw in input as soon as we get the first Black Widow Clairvoyant. Okay, not a problem there. I mean. So, I don't think we should have any problem. I don't think there's anybody there that we need to really level up. I got plenty of boosts sitting here, so we'll just throw on a couple real quick. And let's just pick the first path. We're not even going to scout anything. This is not about the path. It's not about the nodes. It's, and I know... Don't let Wasi hear me say that, but it's not about the path or the nodes or anything else tonight. It's about the different champions. So, I think if this is something that people like, we'll try this at least once a month, where I let you guys just, hey, here's the roster, pick the team. I'll have some content set aside to that I need to actually do something on. And I will either suck at the champions or get some stuff cleared. So I hope everybody does like this idea because I think it's a fun one myself. I think it's a great way to not only for me to get better at my own roster, but for anybody who's like, hey, if first off, if you want to be the teacher, you're more than welcome to instruct me on what I do wrong with a particular champion. Some of them I really should read up on a little bit before we do this, but I figured for this first one I was just going to go in cold. It actually kind of worked out really well for me a little bit ago. Spent a little bit of time playing with Kitty, and I've been meaning to for quite some time, and she actually is a lot easier than a lot of people made her sound. So I think she may be somebody that I actually start working with a lot more, especially considering the fact of how much I absolutely love working with Tigra. Getting that synergy in place, or especially being able to throw her and Colossus together, or ideally all three, could, I mean, that might even become a war team or questing team. Probably not, but it's a possibility. It's a very good possibility after what I saw today. But I did the same thing. Human Torch I played with a bit more than I had before what I was doing today. Shang-Chi I hadn't played with nearly much since I got him. Mostly because I have Nick Fury at rank 4 Sig 200, so it's hard for another skill champion to jump over him, even though I do have a few skill champions that I know are worth it for other situations. But that's one of my downfalls that I know I have, and I was actually talking to an Alliance member the other night, that she just got back in the game a little bit more hardcore, and she struggles with the complexity of some of the newer champions. And I sometimes I do myself. So this gives me an opportunity to play with them a little more, to have an excuse to get better with them, and to give you guys something to look at if you struggle with a champion, or if you really like a champion and you see me screw it up. Tell me about it. I will listen. I will adjust my playstyle as best as I can. I know with Black Widow Clairvoyant here, so let's see if I can get some decent parries in. I will show you some of her really good benefit in the fact that if you do it right, you can just stack debuffs on somebody. Problem is I get caught up in doing it, and then I don't do my parries as well. Again, my playstyle has massively improved over the last few months. Very much so thanks to the channel. Very much so thanks to the community, and very much so thanks to some of the great people in my alliance. But yeah, I mean, this is it's still an adjustment. So yeah, I mean, they really are. It's Ghost has always been one that's been a problem for me. I don't trigger her well. But after playing Kitty, I don't know if that's something that I was missing, or I may have to revisit. I'm going to revisit her. So I mean, I have a very simple button smasher playstyle in a way. Obviously, I use Wolverine a lot better than normal. But I also just activated a special one that we all know there is absolutely no reason to activate, because I'm out of practice with him, which is why I want the 6-star, so I can go back to playing with him because I miss playing with Wolverine. I remember back in the day when I first started playing this game. Um, hey, Wasi, I appreciate it, man. I know you're out in the cabin and stuff this weekend, and absolutely appreciate you taking the time to stop. Um, this concept, I hope you caught what I'm doing, because I think it's something that you would enjoy on one of those nights that you're able to stick around. Um, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the chat decide my team for every path of Uncollected tonight that I run. So, um, I'm glad you were able to stop in. I was really hoping you would have a little more time, but I totally understand and I appreciate you, man. I truly do. You have inspired me to be better. Thank you. So, Kyle, what's up, man? Sorry, had to shout out my boy there a little bit. But I'm absolutely glad to have you in the chat tonight. Hopefully, you caught on to what we were talking about there. Obviously, the chat tonight will control the roster for every single path of Uncollected that we run tonight. We are running Uncollected because I obviously don't have all my 6 stars ranked up. And even if I did, I don't know how to play half of my roster. So, I want the content to be challenging but winnable. So, because we're not going to be spending resources on this, because we have a lot larger content that we're pushing right now that we don't want to be spending those resources on this for the moment. But at the same time, there is definitely some resources that are worth pulling out of here, even at a Thronebreaker level, and I'm sure even at a Paragon level. We'll be there hopefully soon. Let's see. We haven't used Storm yet. I know she has pre-fight abilities. We don't need immunity to Cold Snap. And we don't need immunity to shock. So, but yeah, it's a way for you guys to either A, get a laugh when I don't play the champions very well, or B, a way for you guys to help me figure out the champions so that we can do it all together. Or C, it's a way for those who haven't played the champions to maybe get an idea before, because obviously some of the ones that are going to get picked are ones that I do know how to play. And so we'll all be learning together. And I was thinking probably, like I said, at least once a month we'd do this here on the channel. Just take a night and let the chat decide the roster, and we'll just clear some content and have a little fun together. Hopefully if you've never played the champions that were selected for this round before, you're seeing something that at least intrigues you. We haven't used Black Cat yet, so I know how to fight Ronin, so we'll see what we do here. But definitely something that I thought would be a little bit of fun, and especially if we could start this being a regular thing, I think it would be something that would be beneficial for the community. Obviously, I don't have every champion, but over time, I do have almost every champion as a 5-star. There's only a few champions in the whole game I don't have as a 5-star. And if this became a big enough thing, it would give me even more reason to go back and level up more of my 5-star roster. And I'd be willing to do this even with the 5-star roster on content as well. But that would be something for down the road. Obviously, I I'm doing it with the 6-star or 7-star roster tonight because I wanted to make sure that we were doing content that was at least semi interesting while making sure that we were having champions that were even without being leveled up or awakened, would have the chance to get through it. I didn't want to go too simple, but I didn't want to go too difficult, if that makes sense, guys. And I hope you guys understand the choice of why we chose Uncollected. I think it's still a very viable difficulty for quite a bit of our community. And plus on top of that, I mean, who doesn't enjoy expanding their 5-star roster if they don't have the champ? So we're just going to go ahead and go back, and we're going to do each path on each level. Like I said, I've got more than enough, and why not be smart about it? But we'll start over again. Anybody in the chat, you guys have full control of the roster once again. And, going forward, everybody, throughout the night, anybody that you see on the roster, throw them out there. We will keep rotating everybody through every path. I will change out the team. So if you didn't, no matter if you, Zach, if you want to call out the team again, feel free. Anybody else wants to call out, we got 7 viewers in right now, so feel free to speak up. Okay, so apparently we took a break for a moment. Hopefully everybody makes it back in. I'm guessing we had something happen. But let me know, anybody. Go ahead, feel free. Call out the next team. There's what we're looking at for science. Let's go ahead and look over at the skill champions. I think Void. We can definitely do Void. New Iron Man. Okay, I've got him. So I'm guessing you're talking Iron Doom. Where's Void at? Now keep in mind, Void does not have his full potential because of the fact that he's not awakened, and he does need the high sig. Since we're in tech anyways, might as well let you guys... Nimrod. Okay. Nimrod. I don't know why I switched to mutants for Nimrod. That was just dumb. Do I have Nimrod? I don't have Nimrod right now. Not as a 6-star. So Kitty, we can definitely go over and grab Kitty. Shuri, okay. Let's go take a look at the Cosmics, because I know you guys haven't seen those for a minute. So let's go ahead and take a look at them again. Guys, feel free to just keep calling out more champions. If I don't get them in before we start a round, they'll be the next set that we choose from. So, I thought we had Mr. Negative, didn't we? I don't have Mr. Negative right now. Oh, there he is. Never mind. Missed him. Cosmic Ghost Rider will definitely be on the next team, so we'll bring him in for that. Like I said, guys, anybody that you saw, Mystic class I have quite a bit of, so feel free to call out anybody on that. If I don't have a champion, we'll table them. Like I said earlier, anybody that, if this continues to be a thing, if you guys continue to be excited about it, and we do this every week, which I'd like us to do, I will definitely power up my 5-star roster. And my 5-star roster, I looked recently, I think I was down to 16 champs in the whole game that I don't currently have. And a few of those are the trophy champions that you really have to get lucky during certain events to even have. So, for the most part, just about anybody in the game that you guys would want to see, we can do that with the 5-star roster as we continue doing this on Sundays. Like I said, ideally, I was thinking at least once a month that we'd do this. If we get to the point that we start streaming more often, this could be a once a week type thing. Um, it's definitely one of those things as the channel grows and as I'm able to spend more time on it. Definitely something that I would love to do on a regular basis. I think it's a lot of fun already. I love having you guys have say in this, even if I play badly once in a while. Ideally with Kitty, I figured, like I said, I spent a little bit of time with her this afternoon because I kind of got to a point that I knew I wasn't going to do the content I wanted to. The champions that I have that I want for it are currently locked in Alliance Quest, and we have a war placement on at the moment. Not that that interferes with anything, but so I started playing around, ran a team that I don't normally run of some champions that are ones that I know are worth running. So I figured out that obviously there's a couple ways to get Kitty to phase, and if you can get her to phase and then do her special, you can pretty much watch anyone die. If you do her special and don't phase, you wonder why this champion is worth even touching. So it makes a big difference on that. And I know that's a common thing known in the community. It's just about that not everybody understands. I know it's one of the things that's been my problem, how to get her to phase. As you can see, what I did there on those were the dashbacks, but that only works after you parry somebody from what this is one of the reasons why I was hoping to have a couple people stop in that Wasi had to take off. I knew there was a chance he wasn't going to make it in tonight. But it'll be one of the things that I know going forward. If I don't know what I'm talking about, someone in the chat will correct me and tell me where I'm going wrong with the champion. And I absolutely appreciate that, guys, because it will help me and the community. Yeah, I know a lot of people that love Kitty, and I've got an Awakening gem literally just sitting, waiting to decide if it's going into her or who it's going into. I actually have a couple of them. There's so many champions in this game. There's so many champions in this game. And it's hard, especially if you're not on top of it every single day. He's very similar to Doctor Doom, with a little less difficulty, in my opinion. I don't know that everybody shares that, but really, he's very similar in a lot of ways to Doctor Doom. And he's a lot of fun. I do have him powered up to rank 4, so obviously we shouldn't just be walking through things with him. Let's play a little Mr. Negative here. I don't play him ever, except for arenas if I get that deep into the roster. But that's, if I was playing arena every day, when did iDoom come out? Last year? Into last year? Give me a second. I'll actually tell you. They actually have a hashtag on them now. I was noticing that. I honestly, man, these last few years of my life have been such a blur, and it's amazing to go from where I've been to realizing that this is where I am, and I'm enjoying every moment of being here. Uh, One of the reasons why I have my channel is because MCOC has been one of my most consistent things in my life for the last 7 years, while some times were really tipsy and turvy. 100%. But, in one way or another, I have stayed playing this game the entire time since the very first day I picked it up, outside of a 2 week time period that was not in my control because my phone messed up. Um, let's see. Champion info. We were just going to talk about that tag. No, I said tag. 2022. Yeah, he came out at the end of last year. That's right. I was pretty sure. I couldn't remember if it was the end of last year or beginning of this year. Um, but we actually just got him in the Gwenpool Bubble Bobble event. Um, if you've seen that opening, it's it's ridiculous, to say the least. Okay, if we're gonna play Shuri, especially since she's definitely outmatching everybody, why don't we do it with a class disadvantage? Because why not make it more fun? Um, Not that it should make that much of a difference. Shuri is another one that I never play. I mean, even getting her as a 7 star, I know that she's not. Um, I knew it was a great champion to pull, but I have not figured out her inside tips and tricks yet either. So this will be one of those things that, like I said, as we go on over the series, we'll probably see the same champions a few different times, depending on different weeks that we do this. But that'll just mean that I get to revisit them and be better about them and be better informed about them when we do them. Um, Plus, on top of that, it gives us a little bit extra of something different to do once in a while, guys. I love doing Battlegrounds with you guys when they're around. Um, Doing arena is never a bad thing, because I can always use the battle chips and the units and the gold, especially the units and the gold. Because I don't know about you guys, but even when I get those time periods where we get good events and I get up to 50 million or so in gold, it always seems to go bye bye so quick with this roster. um, I know that it does not matter your progression level. There's some item, some resource out there that you are going to be lacking in. Just because it's how it works. Funny enough, I was on a live stream the other night talking to on another YouTuber's live stream the other night, talking with a couple guys, and one of the guys on there was talking about that he was short on tier 3 basics because he was trying to level up his 4-star roster. Now, mind you, this is somebody with a very extensive roster, and I totally get it because honestly, if I had enough of my roster leveled up, yeah, I mean, especially for level up events and stuff like that, I I would definitely be maxing out all my 4 stars. I have all my 1s, 2s, and 3 stars maxed out, and anytime I get a new one, they instantly get maxed out as well. Next level up event, at least. Um, 4 stars is where you start interfering with resources that I need for bigger champions. So, let's go ahead and do Kitty again. So yeah, I mean, I there's obviously 4-star champions I have maxed out because they were maxed out very early on my account. I did make the mistake within the first, I want to say 6 months of playing this game of selling champions back when you could. And of course, that was a mistake that anybody who played this game early on will tell you got yelled at the next time somebody who actually knew the game talked to you and you told them, yeah, man, I've been selling my champions to get more ISO and gold. You're doing what? But I kind of miss those days in a way because it was always one of those things, and it was always that. Hey John, how you doing? Nice to see you stopping in, man. We're doing a little something different now tonight. We are letting the chat control the roster. We're just grinding through a little bit of uncollected difficulty, and we're changing the roster for every single path that we go on. So keep in mind some champion ideas for that because we're about to do it again. I'm going to show the chat my roster in between each one. I have no control over what you guys choose. We are doing only my 6 and 7 star roster, but that is a lot of champions to choose from. Doesn't matter if I'm comfortable with the champion or not. Doesn't matter if I have them leveled up or not. We're gonna clear the path. Haven't failed yet, so let's see if this continues to go well, guys. I'm thinking it's gonna be a regular thing for sure. So we already have Cosmic Ghost Rider has been requested, so let's go ahead and get him in there. Let's get the 5 stars out of there. Black Widow Diddley Origin, not a problem. We can go over and take a look at her. Black Widow Diddley Origin. Take a look at the skill champions again real quick while we're in here. I think the Mystics were one that we didn't make it to last time. Spider Ham, we'll jump over and grab him in here in just 1 second. Go ahead and take a shot at looking at the Mystic roster so everybody gets an idea. Like I said, my Mystic roster is fairly in depth. Get over here and find the piggy. We lost somebody. How did I do that twice? Give me back the damn pig. Okay. Loki and Moondragon. Okay, you guys just made my night. You don't even know. We will grab Moondragon. I am one of those people. I know there's a lot of people out there in the community that slept on Loki. I never did. I got Loki early on as a 5-star. He wasn't my first by any means, but he was my first awakened 5-star. And just absolutely loved him once I got used to him. And then when I figured out the Heimdall synergy with him, he opened my eyes to so many strategies that I could do. That being said, let's go ahead and Cosmic Ghost Rider right off the bat. I will get you some Moondragon play in here for sure. I was really fortunate on her pre-release. I always buy the bundles for the channel and pulled her 6 stars. So I have her as a 5-star awakened and a 6-star as well. So, and I haven't even used her that much yet. Honestly, I think this will probably be the one thing that disappoints Wasi the most, other than the fact that he couldn't sit here and tell me how to be better at this, because I know he would love this opportunity right here to actually watch me live and critique a few things. Because I think it would make a lot of the questions him and I talk about a lot easier for both of us. But that being said, I also know he would be really happy that I started using Cosmic Ghost Rider for any reason, in spite of the fact that I'm not using him as well as I was using him this afternoon. We are still doing some serious damage, and we got some work to do with him at some point. Moondragon, like I said, got really lucky with that pull, and I have honestly not used her yet. So let's see here. We do have a pre-fight ability. Grants Dragon of the Moon charges, allowing the next champion to fight with immunity reversal control. Okay, well, that is not going to matter as far as that goes, but she just became a serious thing to talk about. Outside of the fact that he's just so much fun to play, Hulk has went back into being one of my absolute favorite champions, because he does so much damage. I can control so much with him. And when I found out that if I paired him with the Overseer, I could no longer have to deal with reverse controls, I was sold at making sure that he was my newest rank 4. Mind you, I hemmed and hawed about it for quite a bit before I actually officially did it. I just finally did it today. I've been sitting on those resources for close to a month now. I probably beat on him too much. Well, maybe not. Let's let him beat on me. I saw her special 2 in the trailer, but I haven't actually seen it in gameplay. I should have let her get to a special 3, because it's cool. It's cool. I like it. So let's see what. Hey, pick up a potion. I haven't even scanned in the past, guys. I purposely chose this because I knew we could have some fun. By the way, Black Widow Deadly Origins. Yeah, she's lots of fun. I know she's fun. I don't use her often, but if it's one of those things where I'm questing and I've got quite a bit of the team used up, she does get brought out from time to time. Normally, though, I pair her up with Falcon and or Hulk, because it does make her even better and more fun. So yeah, I have no problem with Black Widow the Origin. Let's see. We have not used Spider Ham, and we have not used Loki yet. I'm gonna save Loki for Hercules. Yep, that's right. Loki's going for Hercules. Funny thing about it is I know that my 6-star Loki is fun, but he is nowhere near his max potential. He is leveled up a bit more than probably should be, considering the fact that a lot of the way I was having so much benefit of using my 5-star Loki is because, like I said, he was one of my first champions to awaken. He was also my first champion to be Sig 200. So the power gain on on that SP1 is so ridiculously fast at SIG 200 that I can continuously buff steal. And yeah, I mean, great. I love your champion if you have 10,000 buffs on you, because now I have them. And they're fun. He is absolutely, if I'm going up against Hela or Punisher or anybody that has that last second death immortality, oh yeah, yeah, I will, unstoppable, unblockable, you name it, I'll take it away from you. Now, mind you, this is Hercules, and I mean, there's a reason why Kabam will refuse to give us a 7-star Hercules for quite some time, and we will probably see 6-star Quake before we see 7-star Hercules. And they swear to God that we will never see 6-star Quake. Now, we will give him one of his feats. Or actually, it looks like he caught one off of us. But now, obviously, Hercules does not have anything for me to steal, which is so unfortunate. But the other reason why I love Loki is because even if you don't give me anything worthwhile to steal off of you, I will push myself up to that SP2 every time. And an unblockable SP2 is so much fun. Now, you do have something for me to steal now. Or at least you do if my phone decides to Yep. So yeah, that's Loki. SP2, SP1. If you, that one, honestly, guys, I don't need anybody else in the chat to tell me nothing about Loki. I love him. SP1 and SP2. The SP1 will buff steal anything, almost anything that any other champion has. The SP2 will, is unblockable, and if you can get them in the corner, is great damage. The closer you are to them when you set off that SP2, the better you are, obviously. But outside of that, yeah, Loki is 100% worth having on your team. I mentioned it before, the Heimdall synergy. If you're not aware, if you have them both on your team, if you dash back and hold block for 5 seconds, you will regenerate 20% of your health. And because of having Heimdall on the team, you will also, if you were to take a hit that would in the fight, then you actually regen 20%. Or no, sorry. You go indestructible and unblockable for 10 seconds, I believe it is. And that will save you so often, especially if you're running a champion like Corvus, because he already has that immortality as long as he still has charges. And so there was a very long time period that I ran Corvus, Loki, and Heimdall as my AQ team. And not saying that I was doing high-level maps by any means, not saying that I didn't make mistakes from time to time, but definitely were holding my own on a regular basis. Sorry, guys. Non-stop talking. Gotta refresh a little bit. So, anybody want to start calling out the next team for the next pass, since we're already going into Ronin here? I know we're low on health, but let's see if we can't pull it off anyways. Let me know, guys. Let's start calling out the next team. We'll go ahead and go through at least one more path. If everybody's enjoying this, we may go ahead and do at least 2 hours tonight. We are right on the verge of hour one, and this is going great, guys. So I really appreciate everybody stopping in tonight. I appreciate everybody having some fun with us. So anybody that wants to, feel free, go ahead, call out, start calling out any champions that you saw. As soon as we take Ronan down here, we will be going back over to the champion select screen. Purgatory. Yeah, man. Already an hour, and I agree with you. It doesn't feel like it nearly as much so as some of the other nights, and that's nothing wrong with those nights. I have no problem. Tigra, she's locked up right now. I apologize on that. She is on my AQ questing team, so she is not available for the moment. Yeah, any time that we're doing this and she's available, feel free to call Tigra out. I know plenty of people that enjoy watching her, and I enjoy playing her. Um, so let's go ahead and into the next one here. So we're gonna do Purgatory. Get the selectors in spite. Okay, guys, who else are we thinking tonight? Corvus. Did I talk about him too much? Because I do love my boy Corvus. Let's go ahead and look through again on the 6 and 7 star roster for Cosmic. This is another class that we are quite well stacked in. Mutant. Do I have Thanos? I have Thanos as a 5 star. I don't believe I have him as a 6. Like I said, guys, we'll start doing this on a regular basis. I'm already having too much fun doing it with you guys. As time progresses, it will give me a reason to push up the 5 star roster a little bit further, and we'll go visit them. Hey, man, how's it going? Appreciate you stopping in, Chief. Carnage. Okay, we can definitely do Carnage. I know I have Carnage. So tonight, what we're doing here is we are letting the chat decide who I use to get through uncollected. We are changing the team after every single path, and we have one more champion to pick, guys. So let me know. Let's jump back over and look at the skill roster again. Now, I fully admit that I have a fairly extensive roster, especially, we'll eventually level up enough 5 stars to do this with the 5 stars at some point. But we're going to start with the 6 and 7 stars for tonight. So, in spite of the fact that I have this very large roster, I don't know everybody on it that well. So if you guys see somebody and you want me to play them because you want to see how well I am with them, or because you want to learn how to play them, this is a great way for us to all talk about the champions in the chat. If I'm screwing up something, feel free to shout it out. If I know the champion, I will talk about them 100%. Let's go ahead and I'm only looking because we have Corvus on the team and I want my Corvus. Okay, that gets me at least 2 charges if we go that way. So let's go ahead and bring Corvus this way. If for most of you, I mean, Corvus is an old enough champion that that I know a lot of people know him well. The key to Corvus is getting his glaive charges, which there are four different charges that you have to that you are ideally looking to get. Of those charges, the first one is defeat a mutant champion. The second one is knock down a champion with auto evade after they've evaded. The third one is to defeat a tech champion, and the fourth one is to defeat an Avenger. If you can get any combination of those, preferably all four, Corvus becomes quite the champion. Now, the nice thing about Corvus is as long as he's got these orange charges that you see ticking way up at the top, any hits that he lands, as long as they are active, are a guaranteed crit. So, Corvus is a god. He is probably one of the ones that really started making the cosmic class the undefeated god category that it is at the current moment. And he is a lot of fun. That being said, he has been outranked by quite a few people lately for quite some time. And one of those was Null when he came out. Hercules or Kitty Pryde. I am absolutely loving Kitty after what I've done with her tonight, but I will tell you this much. There is a reason why Kabam has already made sure that we know that Hercules is not going to be a 7-star. Hercules should be your first level up if you enjoy using him. If you don't enjoy using him, I advise you working with him a little bit and figuring him out. If you cannot figure him out, Kitty is a solid choice. But if you are talking about rank 5ing them, I'm guaranteeing you better know how to use them by now. So definitely Hercules. It's the Hercules is the key to the golden gates of almost everything. With his indestructible and his just level of power, yeah, as much as Kitty is god tier, Hercules first. So, as you guys seen, I am not very versed with Null yet. I know that he is one of the top cosmic champions, obviously nowhere near where Hercules is, and has even been knocked down a few pegs anyways because of Gallon. But Null is not one I have spent a lot of time working with yet and do not know well. So, he's out. But we still have plenty of path left to go. We did a little bit there with Scorpion. Let's go ahead and come over here to Purgatory, which, by the way, is a bad move to do against Magneto here. But, or, no, I take that back. It's Morningstar that's hashtag metal, not Purgatory. That being said, Magneto can still, even with it being white mags, can still quite well handle most champions. I have Magneto is another interesting one that knowing what you need to do and understanding what you need to do can be two very different things, or at least it was for me. That was awesome. So, I know an alliance member in my backup alliance, the smaller one, that absolutely loves Purgatory and is chasing her in crystals. So, we have not used Carnage yet, but we're going to get the second glaive charge here. So, we will get back to Carnage, and this would normally be a purgatory fight if it wasn't for getting the glaive charge out of Thor being an Avenger. And yes, guys, as you can see, I do occasionally actually parry. That's one of the very common early things on some of my channels. Comment some of my early videos. Do you ever parry? Which I do. A 6-star rank. Totally, like I said, Doom, man. Anybody else want to give advice? They're more than welcome to. But Kitty or Doom? Okay, sorry, I said Hercules. Ooh, if you are good with Doom, Doom and Hercules together, like that's power. But it's same thing with Kitty and Hercules. I mean, are you limited to 3 of them, or are you trying to figure out? Uh, if you've got the resources to take up at least 2 of them, probably Hercules and Doom, you can't go wrong as long as you go Hercules and one of the other 2. If you can go all 3 of them, you've got 3 god tier champions there, and absolutely no reason not to go with them if you. I mean, yeah. I, oh, hey man, sorry. Totally looking. Let's see. Um, let's figure out what's going on here. Okay. Give me just 1 second here, guys. Okay. Bear with me for just 1 second, guys. We're going to fix this real quick. I know how we can do this. Let's transition over to... I'm going to switch you guys over to watch something else real quick while I fix everything on the gameplay. And give me just 1 second there, guys. I apologize. I don't know what happened there. But thanks for letting me know. And let's transition back. Okay, guys. Apologize for that. That should have us fixed now. How to add a pool? A poll. Or a poll? You do that from the community tab. No problem, man. I appreciate you saying something. Because I should have been watching closer on that and missed that. Really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get. So we did get through things with Corvus and got Thor down there. Sorry that you guys missed that. But yeah, we got that fixed now. We'll go ahead and get Misty Knight down here. Probably shouldn't have brought in Scorpion with class disadvantage, but with the amount of poison we can get on her, we can definitely. Anybody who's doing Alliance Quest right now knows that Scorpion can definitely hand it to you. If you slip up, I primarily have him leveled up because he is just ridiculous in Battlegrounds. So he gets used over there quite often, and more often than not, he gets used as a defender. But we've been playing with him a little bit, not nearly as much as everybody else. Um, so we got Captain Marvel here. Where's that? That's Captain, right? Yeah. So we haven't done Carnage yet. So we're almost to the boss for the first time on this one. So guys, if you want to start calling out, we will do at least one more path if everybody's up for it and wants to keep going. Like I said, guys, I'm looking to be willing to go for up to 2 hours tonight, honestly, just depending on how things are going. If everybody's having a great time, I absolutely love hanging out with you guys, and it gives me a great chance to spend some time with you guys, get some things done in game outside of the series that we're working on. Not that I have any problem with those series, I absolutely am excited to get them out there to you guys so that if you need them, you have them available to you. The channel is all about less than perfect gameplay. We don't, like, you guys get to see my mistakes. You guys get to see, something like this where if I don't know a champion well enough, you guys get to watch me use them. Putting Null and Carnage together was great for you guys. I appreciate that. That was helpful. At least somewhat. Still lost, but hey. If we didn't realize that, by the way, Null gives Carnage benefit, and gave us the indestructible right there when we should have went down. It did not win the fight for us, but in a lot of situations, having a champion that you can trigger that indestructible right at the end, somebody like a Hela or a Corvus, can be absolutely wonderful to save on resources and get you through, especially if you're in longer content and you've made it most of the way there. So like I said, guys, we are to hit monkey. So, absolutely a wonderful time to go ahead and start calling out the next team. We'll bring in for the next path on this level, and we will do at least one more path tonight if everybody wants to see another team. If not, we can pick this up again on another night, and I think we'll start doing this one Sunday a month until we start doing live streams more often. Once we start doing live streams a couple times a week, which is an eventual plan for the channel, at that point we will include it at least once a week. Got Dr. Doom already called for. Definitely no problem. We can throw Doom on the team. He's already leveled up and ready to go. Anybody else want to throw out any suggestions for the next team, for the next path? Zach, you're more than welcome to throw out any suggestions you want. Anybody in the chat, anybody available, feel free to throw out the next team. So, a few more 6-star and 5-star shards to go with the opening that will be coming out tomorrow. So, absolutely love picking those up. Part of the reason why we're doing this is that, it's only a handful here and a handful there in a way, but that's how we add them up. So right off the bat here, get Dr. Doom in there. Get our 5 and 6 stars Hulk. No problem. Absolutely love a great Hulk juggle. Let's go ahead and run over to the skill champions. Omega Red. Okay. Um, Now, Omega Red is absolutely a champion that I love in every way, shape, or form. You can see here I don't have him leveled up yet because he does need to be awakened and high sig to get his true benefit. But Falcon, okay, we can throw Falcon in. That's not a problem. Falcon did get a great buff. And Stark Spidey. So, there we go. We got the team for this one. Obviously, there you can see a couple of these guys are already quite well leveled up. The only one that isn't. Oh, a pool for Hercules or Kitty. I can do that for you, man. Give me just 1 second there. Bear with me for just 1 second. Just bear with me for a second there. I'm going to throw up a poll here. Okay. So, Hercules or Kitty as first. Rank 5. Okay, man. It is live. Yep, I got it live, man. Trust me, everybody's going to know we're talking 6-star. Got it live on there, so anybody that wants to, feel free to jump over to the community tab, help Jordan out there, throw a vote in. Let us know, would you go Hercules or Kitty as your first rank 5 6-star? Always willing to help you out, man. Just give me a shout out. We can always talk, and I put out the polls for my own account, but I have no problem doing it for anybody else's as well. If you're looking for more people that to get some opinions from to make the decision easier upon yourself, no problem. We can definitely do that. And of course, Doom is going to be a little bit of a pain, but we're going to make that a lot easier with a nice Hulk juggle, and he can go down and go bye-bye. Are we frozen again? No. Okay. I get it. Okay, sorry, guys. You'll understand when you get to where I'm at. I always have a few minute, a slight delay in between the chat and what's live, just in case we need it, so that we have that little buffer there. So I looked up and was seeing the gameplay sitting there still, because I was working on getting Jordan's poll up at the moment on screen, and thought I hadn't gotten into that fight yet. So, okay. So the key to Starkey here, if you haven't played him, not that he isn't, again, one of those ones that everybody played for quite some time, but is to get those poise charges, the little spiders up in the corner. If you can get multiple of those built up, he starts getting a lot stronger. Of course, we hate Emma's inverted controls. And if we had had Moondragon on this particular path so that we could have given anybody immunity to it, or just brought her in for her own immunity to it, would have been wonderful. But we are still going to go ahead and finish Emma off here. We've got a decent amount of poise charges. We just got to find my opening there so that I can get that last good hit in on her. There we go. So, you don't have the poll. It should be live, man. I will double check. Yeah, it says it's been up for 20 seconds. It might just be slightly delayed. Like I said, go check the community tab. I will check it after stream if it doesn't. Zach says he voted, so it is definitely up and live. Yeah, man, it's up and live. There's already votes on it, so definitely go check it out, Jordan. Keep an eye on it. I don't know when you're trying to make that decision by, but I'll keep it live for the next at least 48 hours. If you want it longer, let me know. That way everybody can kind of throw some input out there. We've got quite a few people who have recently joined the community. Several that have been around for quite some time. I'm sure we'll get quite a bit of input on that over the next day or so without a problem. So, absolutely appreciate every member of the community. So, with Omega Red here, it is all about his death spores. You get them on somebody and you just start draining their life. You can easily get 10 of them on somebody just by getting close to them. Now, if you are bleeding or you have activated his death shield off of the SP2, which is the other way to activate it, you can actually push them above 10 charges. Once you have hit them at least 10 charges, if you SP1, you can lifesteal. And his SP3 is just fun to watch. Somewhat. But once you've seen it about 6,000 times, it gets a little boring. So, okay, looks like we got a little bit of Deadpool next. Let's see, we've used Hulk, we've used Herc. See, let's go ahead and get some Doom in here just because we haven't used him yet. Okay, so I do have my Doom at rank 3. Because I know that no matter what, he is worth having there. Now, that being said, I am not a predominant Doom player. I like Doom a little better just because I think I catch on to him a little easier. I know that honestly playing Doom is really not that difficult. Poll stay until you end the stream. Not a problem, man. I would, if you whatever data you want there. Let's go ahead and get over here to Karnak. Getting close to the end of another path there, guys. So anytime you guys want, feel free to start calling out one more team. Looks like we are just under an hour and a half into the stream tonight. So I think what we'll do is we'll finish this path and one more, and we will probably call that the stream for tonight. Uh, that'll give everybody a chance to run over and vote for Jordan. Let him know, would you go with Herc or Kitty as your first rank 5 6-star? Also, on top of that, too, like I said, from now on, we're going to go ahead and start doing these on a regular basis where I let you guys go through and pick anybody in the roster and we'll go ahead and use them. So let me know, guys. Like I said, I'm going to finish Karnak off here. And then from where I was looking, I think we got 2 fights left. I might be wrong on that. We might actually have 3, but I know we're getting pretty close to the end of this first path. And as soon as we get the boss down, we will change teams again. So, anybody you guys want, let me know. Let's go ahead and, since we haven't used Falcon yet, bring him in to finish off Karnak. The key with Falcon is to get a good opportunity to get locked on. Once you get locked on, if you can get to an SP1 and inflict bleed, you will take down quite a few people, or at least take down quite a bit of their health. So, Falcon's pretty straightforward, honestly. He got his buff came back just absolutely beautifully. Yep, like I said, guys, it does look like we are next to the last fight here on this path. So we'll go ahead and do one more path after this. So feel free to go ahead and start counting out. Jordan, you're gonna have to jump over and check that yourself. You should be able, like I said, go over to the channel and look at the community page. I will double check and see here in a minute for you, though. Good night, Punisher. And like I said, man, feel free if you want. We can leave this up a little bit longer. It looks like Herc is totally winning according to what I see. You got 4 votes so far, and every one of them is for Herc. So let me know if you wanted to stay up for a little for the rest of the night and be able to check back in on the channel and see what other people vote. There's definitely people that stop into the channel that don't have time to drop into the live stream, or they'll see the poll on the community tab. So, and we'll watch Hitmonkey hand it to me. Because I was being distracted. Yeah, let's go ahead. We'll do the class disadvantage. So like I said, guys, on to that last fight there. Diablo. Okay. So, first champion called out there is going to be Diablo. Get the Fury charges up here. Once we get the Gamma Rage in place and turn around and get those SP1s set, even Hitmonkey ain't got nothing on me. Ooh, he did have something on me. Okay, so Hitmonkey purifies. Great. Okay. Yeah, like I said, Jordan, I looked right now. You're at 4. 4 votes so far, and every one of them being for Hercules. So I'll let you know before the one. We'll check in one more time before the end of the stream to double check what is what everybody voted. Um, we'll save Doom for the finishing finale if we actually need it. 34% left on Hitmonkey, so shouldn't be that bad. Or maybe we are going to need Doom. Only Falcon and Stark Spidey went down that badly. But that's what I get for bringing them in wounded. So, outside of Diablo, anybody else want to call the next team? Who are we looking for? We need 4 more champions, guys. We'll get over here in just a second after I stop playing badly. And okay. Now, one of the other things, Aegon. Okay, great. Doom, Diablo, and Aegon. Looks like we are going to have to put 1 revive into this, but that shouldn't be too bad. No, we're not going to. Who do we. Revolve Hulk. So Diablo, Aegon. Using 1 revive here because we messed up. But we, like I said, guys, we're going to finish at least 1 more path tonight. So, okay. There we go. Annoying little monkey down. So, let's go ahead and be annoyed with this little monkey. Okay, guys. We got 2. Hood and the champion. Okay. Let's see. Team select. Let's see. Okay. So we've got. There's Aegon. Aegon. Diablo. Hood. Hey Nigel, great to see you. I appreciate you stopping in for your first stream, man. We're doing actually something a little different tonight, so you stopped in for a good one. We're starting a new tradition here on the channel where we are going to do a live stream every month where we let the channel decide who I use as I complete some content. Let's see, Iceman. And gonna just leave that out there for everybody. It's gone really well so far tonight, in spite of the fact that I do not know every champion on my roster. I'm decent with some of them. Some of them I barely use even in arena. Do I not have the champion? I do not have the champion, so I'm going to need 1 more, guys. Let me know. 1 more call out, because I do not have the champion as a 6-star. Atuma, okay. Nigel, Zach, I appreciate the Sentinel call, but I'm going to go ahead and give Nigel that last pick because he got it in a little bit quicker. I do have Atuma. I have not leveled him up yet. Let's actually, before we start this, because there is a level up event, and I have not put literally anything into him. Let's come down here and throw some levels into him real quick, and then we will take him on this first path with us. Or, well, second path, more appropriately. Plus, on top of that, guys, this makes it more fun for me not to have to decide who to level up all the time. Or at least until I run out of gold, because I'll never run out of ISO. And honestly, I even kid about running out of gold, though we are getting pretty low on gold at this point. We're definitely nowhere near. Yeah, I think we're going to leave him there for the moment. We will rank to him at some point, but for this little fun experiment, we're going to go ahead and leave him there. Best ways to get gold. So there's a few different things. First off, if you have the sigil, there is the gold pool level that you can do every week, which is equivalent on your progression level. There is always selling overflow ISO if you get to the point where you're overflowing on ISO. That's something I do on a very regular basis. If there's not a level up event on, I just sell whatever's about to expire. Arena is always, unfortunately, the best way to get gold. In spite the fact that it is soul sucking and will take a long period to get it, there is no place better to get it at a high volume. Outside of that is different events. Normally 4 to 5 times a year, we'll see a Halls of Fortune event, and I will tell you this much: every entry that they will let you have into that thing for the 24 hours that it is live in the rotation that it's normally in, because they'll normally do it with Halls of Healing, do every single path on every single difficulty every single time you can. Also, on top of that, there is, like I said, duping champions will get you a ton of ISO. They have started putting quite a bit more in the side quest and the event quest. I do agree with you on that, Kyle. But yeah, I mean, those are the main ways. Outside of that is, getting lucky enough to pull some good 4-star crystals. Making sure you're doing every possible when there's something active like arena wins or something like that, making sure you're getting into those so you can pick up the gold crystals out of the solo events. There's a few different places. Just kind of each of them have their own value and their own extent that you're going to have to put into them. I do always recommend, and trust me, the next time one comes around, we'll be talking about Incursions. You can get gold out of there too. That's another great place, especially if you're working on building up incursion crystals, building up to an incursion crystal, just because of the fact that I know there's some great champions always in the rotations of the incursion crystals, and now that we have the 7-day events instead of the 3, 5, and 24-hour events for the Alliance, some of us are starting to set on incursion shards even without hardly doing incursions. So it's kind of worth it now to do them a little more. It's one of those things I need to get in and do a little more myself. Um, 2 hours of straight talking. Not actually 2 hours yet, guys, but we're getting there. So definitely a lot of talking tonight. Got to keep hydrated. Let's see there. I didn't necessarily need to go with the small ones. Like I said, we have plenty of the large ones. Um, I'm going to go with class disadvantage here and go ahead and take Aegon in. We don't have any build up on him yet, but he is one that I spend a decent amount of time working with. He's great right now for the Guardians of the Galaxy Synergy event because he does have the synergy with Star-Lord, which gives them both combo shield, which is extremely important for both of these characters because the higher your combo, the more damage you do with them. Ideally, either one of them, if you're going to use them, you want them not only awakened but high sig. That is absolutely necessary. I don't even remember what sig level Aegon is on this account. He's the first one of the best 6 stars I've got over on my backup account. And he is the highest ranked 6 star on my backup account. So he definitely gets a lot of the work over there. The other nice thing about Aegon as opposed to Star-Lord, and the whole reason why Aegon replaced Star-Lord, is because his combo meter goes a lot higher because you're carrying over part of that combo meter from fight to fight as passive charges. So ideally, if you're going to use him, some of the higher end content, he is wonderful for, especially if you don't screw up like that. And you can build up to the max, which is his 1,000 hit combo. Hey, Master, nice to see you. Appreciate you stopping in tonight. We are just going to do this last path on live tonight, but we are starting a new tradition tonight on the channel. All night long so far tonight, we have let the channel pick who we use to clear content. We opened up the 6-star roster and the 7-star roster, and I let you guys decide on each and every path of the monthly quest on Collected what champion I use, no matter if I play them on a regular basis and have any clue how to do so or not. We're going to start doing this on a regular basis. I want to do this at least one Sunday a month until we get to the point that we can start doing live streams multiple days a week. And then we will try and fit this in as at least a once a week thing. I think it's great because it gives the community a chance to see some champions be played that maybe don't always get played. It gives us a chance to for me to learn the champions on the roster because I don't know every single champion on my roster by any means. And it gives you guys a chance to see either a favorite champion that you don't see get played enough, or see a champion that you've never seen played and that you want to learn how to play, because we normally have somebody in the chat that can, if I don't know the champion, can probably explain and help me figure out the champion in combination with teaching you guys. So Definitely. We're going to be doing this on a regular basis. It's gone really well tonight. This is the longest live stream we have done since the channel went live. And I am really excited to keep doing these. Um, so we have not used a Tuma yet, Nigel. I think it's time that I give him a try. You did get that call in, so let's see. I'm not versed on a Tuma yet, but uh, I do have 7-star Shuri, who came out with him. So this may go as badly as it looks like it's going if I can't figure out exactly what we're doing here. Um, but definitely, I will spend some time working with him going forward, and we will make sure that you get a bit better representation the next time you decide you want to choose him on one of these live streams. Let's see if we can't bait out that special 2 there. Definitely don't want to kick him over to the special 3. Not sure if Atuma needs awakened. Again, I didn't check out his kit too well. That'll be something that we start doing on a more regular basis as we keep doing this. Is we'll go over the kits together, and talk about what makes the champion what they are. If I know it, and if you guys know it, we'll work to it together, and we will make everybody better. And it's something I'm planning on doing anyways on the channel. At some point, we're gonna go ahead and do some featured footage, and kind of go through and start explaining some of the champions. I know people that have played this game forever. Some of them know 100% how to play most every champion. And some, if you've taken a break for any kind of time period or you just came into the game, there's a lot of champions to try and learn. So I was thinking we could definitely make sure we get that. We're also talking about doing a series to address immunities in for champions. That's going to be coming. I'm actually in Act 7 right now, man. I am on 7.2.6 right now. Warming up to do that. We have videos here on the channel on Uncollected. We're working on the Cavalier series with the backup account. We are almost to Cavalier on the backup account. We also have videos for all of Thronebreaker, and we are working on the Paragon videos. Those are coming out pretty much right now. I have a rotation on those of every other day a Paragon and a Cavalier video comes out so that we can get those on the channel. We did the Thronebreaker series on the main account here, and we did the Uncollected series on the backup account, so we're continuing both of those. But yeah, here shortly I will have a Paragon and a Cavalier account. We're definitely making sure that we get Paragon knocked out this month, because we're working to make sure that we've got that in time for 4th of July, because we're going to do the same thing that we did with the Gwynpool Bubble Bobble event. We are going to buy out the store, guys. Stay tuned for that, because that's going to be a huge opening. A lot of progress on the game. I do not recommend it unless you can afford it, guys. I do it for the community. I do it for the channel. Nice. I appreciate it. The Paragon videos are coming along nicely. Like I said, we are Act 7.2.6 is where I actually am in the game. I know I'm a little bit behind that in the videos. So we'll have those coming out over the next couple weeks. I actually brought in a guy recently to help me do some of the editing as well. Act 8.2, yeah, I've got several of my alliance mates that are working on Act 8.2. I've got one that has fully completed or I know he's done at least his initial run on Act 8.2. I think he's actually fully completed it. Um, he's he's a beast, 100%. So I've seen Act 8.2. I watched the release video on it, and yeah, Bahamut looks like a just absolute disaster. Um, so I commend you, man. Like, keep working at it, like 100%. Um, you know, I think I'm always supporting the idea that we can all make it in this game. But I also support the idea that we all take it at a different pace. So let's see here. Let's see, we almost got Sasquatch down here, but screwed up there and caught that hit. So, ooh, took a little bit there. Yeah, man. I actually happen to be lucky enough that because of some of the things that I've done, I've actually got 5 rank 4 6 stars. So as soon as we get through the as soon as we get through Act 7, I will have the title immediately. Which I'm happy about because I do plan on going on and doing Act 8 at some point, but I have a feeling, unless we get a lot of energy somehow from clearing Act 7, we're probably going to put Act 8 off for a few months before we get back to that. We got a couple other things I want to do on the channel first, but it's definitely worth it. So, we're not looking extremely healthy going into Hit Monkey here. Definitely slipped up a few times there. Do not have nearly the charges on Aegon that I should have for as much as we've used him. But let's go ahead and burn Aegon and Tuma on him if we do. And if we do that, we'll bring Iceman in to finish him off. And I think that's probably going to be where we call it at tonight, guys, because we did push pretty much the whole 2 hours that I said that I was willing to go tonight. Got an early morning tomorrow, and we got to get the crystal opening out. We are going to have a gorgeous crystal opening, and this actually helps a little bit as well. I'm really excited for that. Already looking at, depending on what I get finished up tonight after dinner and what I get done before we record the crystal opening tomorrow, we will be looking at least 10 featured 6 stars going after Wolverine there. And I want Wolverine so bad. If we pull him, trust me, guys, you're gonna want to see that video because I'm gonna go ballistic. I'm absolutely gonna go ballistic. I know there are champions in there that people want a lot more, and they want them for great reasons. But Wolverine is my all-time favorite champion, and I definitely want him. And that was my screw up. Bad representation there, Nigel. I apologize. So we are going to use a couple resources here. Let's go ahead and throw a revive on him, and let's see. Got a couple of these. This really shouldn't be that difficult of a fight, but it's been a long day, honestly, guys. We've been pushing since early this morning on a couple things. Had a few things I absolutely needed to address in life this morning, and then after that, we spent the beginning of the afternoon trying to figure out what my path was going to be for the Gwen Master fight and how we're going to handle her. Like I said early on in the stream, we normally go into any of these levels cold. We don't pre-play them in any way, shape, or form. I want you guys to see the absolute pure experience. I want you guys to see the mistakes, which you guys are getting plenty of tonight. But we do that because I know what it's like for you to do it, and I also know what it's like to watch somebody be perfect at it and feel like that you'll never be able to do that. So I want something a little different out there for you guys. So we do that. That being said, for anybody who has watched my video of facing the Grandmaster, you'll know how badly that went, and I have heard that Gwynmaster is not as difficult by any means, but she is on par. So I am warming up a little bit for her, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure that we do a little better showing on that, and we're going to go ahead and get that cleared out and then continue on, because like I said, we're going to become Paragon. And I really encourage you guys. I don't care if you're working on Uncollected or Paragon or anything in between. Like, keep pushing at it. Yeah, see, that's what I've heard, Kyle, is like, she's not the Grandmaster, but she's one of the hardest, if not the hardest, in Act 7. I've seen so much in Act 7 so far. It's been so much fun and so easy. But this level is definitely one of the ones that I've given a couple tries on it already. The first path I chose was definitely not the one we're going to use. Almost finished the path I tried today and got stopped right before I could get to her, to really try her out a bit. But we are going to be finishing her up this week and moving on so that we can get the next videos out before, or at least recorded before we run out of videos that are coming out, because we have plenty still to push out before we get to that. Like I said, we're going to continue on with the Paragon and Cavalier series this week, and until they are finished, we'll have the crystal opening tomorrow. I want to truly thank everybody who stopped in tonight, everybody who called out champions. I hope this was as much fun for you guys as it has been for me. Like I said, we're definitely going to start doing this on a regular basis, at least once a month. Thank you, guys. I appreciate everybody, and I'll definitely see you back for the next one. Peace out.